Hi everyone, welcome back to A Sky Full of Stars, Orihime's Route, Episode 6. So, Akito and Orihime are able to come up with what they're going to do on the day when they get the planetarium to themselves. So, Orihime is going to read or act out some myth from a book. And Orihime did a demonstration of it in Akito's room, and it was quite good. So now it comes down to the costume, and Saya is going to help with her astronomy club. So most of her members are actually manga artists, and they might find some connection with people who make cosplay to make a costume for Orihime to wear on the day when she does the planetarium event. So also, I find it interesting that Orihime wants to follow Akito wherever he goes. So at the end of one meeting, while everyone else went home, Orihime wants to take the same bus with Akito and go to his room. And when he declined the request, Orihime was like, well, how about you come to my place? And I'm sure my parents will be happy to meet you. And I'm sure for Orihime's grand mansion, it's too grand that Akito won't be able to handle. So there is something special that Orihime sees with Akito, and I'm sure we're going to find out in this route. So anyways, so for the moment, we are finished with Saya. We could have parted here or got ready for the event. Well, that would be a big help. Well, if she didn't help, I'll be alone with Orihime. But I didn't want that today, so I asked Saya. We rifled through the mountains of materials on the desk, and we still hadn't decided on which myth to use for the event. I know, there's a list, but they're all short. So basically, what genre do you prefer? Love. Right, love. So most constellation myths are about love, and the passionate love of the gods had given birth to many tragedies. Well, I guess they just present them as you normally would, and then they try to include little jokes and things like this. So that's the thing concerning Orihime the most. Well, it's fine. So I'm the one who asked you to come, so... Sai and I rode the bus to Mikazuki Station. Well, I always thought she was. Well, I'm sure most people don't realize it. And I'm sure she only shows her side of that to people like you, Akito-kun. Well, that may be true. So she is a leader, always acting strong and or not showing her weaknesses. Saya mumbles softly. And I didn't really notice it, but how did it look to other people? Well, So what is it? Huh? Wait, so why that question? It was so sudden, I shouted. So why are you asking this? Orihime, Saya, and me. So how much attention did I say when the three of us are together? And for Saya's like, well, I kind of expected it to happen. And it's predictable. So Saya's eyes look straight into mine. Blue and yellow, the two colors of Alberio. Or it's more like blue and amber, because her other eye color is not really yellow, but orangish. And faced with that, I could not lie or cover it up. Well, I'm sure Sai's smart enough to see what's going on. So yes, I admit, I like Orihime. Well, I don't know. Well, I can't really put it into words, but I can't help looking at her. She's beautiful. And what did she mean by this? So are you talking about the script for the reading? So I'm pretty sure Akito can sense or see the positive side of Orihime, the fact that she's strong-willed, has this really big passion for something, so astronomy, and is willing to go all the way through with it. But then again, at the same time, I feel like it was Orihime who made the first move. She found Akito interesting and is willing to go with him and actually learn about how he lives his lifestyle. But what I want to do with it, and what I want to do, what am I thinking? And the more I thought about it, the less I knew. So my thoughts went in all directions. So what should I do? Okay, so let's go, Kotaro. Okay, says Kotaro. I got Kotaro and walked under the clear winter sky. Hey, look, Kotaro! So it's Orion. I saw the great constellation of Orion or in the southern sky. It's a very popular constellation, maybe even the most popular winter constellation. So what's Orion thinking? I don't think Kotaro knows. So Orion has many faces depending on the myth. A roughneck, amorous, and a proud hunter. In many stories, he is hated for his savagery. But he's also portrayed differently. And there are many interpretations of Greek myths too, so no one could say which one is correct. Well, I'm sure there's no right answer, and it's up to which one you believe or which one you think makes the most sense. So if I'm not sure the way, I should just decide myself. There you go, so no one knows what's correct. And if so, then I could just choose what I liked and what I wanted to do. And I should have said the same thing to Orihime. Okay? So I'll tell Orihime tomorrow. I'll just ask her to let me write the script. And in the end, Orihime had easily agreed. So I also like how Orihime puts her trust on Akito. It's like, well, I'm pretty sure he'll write a really good script for me, and it's not going to have anything bad, and it'll be something that I can use, and I'm very positive it'll be good in the end. And very attractive to the audience. She hadn't really thought about the script. And leaving it to me made things easier for her. Orihime had her own work to do, so I was in charge of the script, and she's in charge of everything else. So here we are again, with finished plans in hand, we are ready. So is it going to be okay? So I think they're going to present their proposal to Morita-san. If you remember, he didn't really give a full acceptance, he just gave a conditional one. It's like, well, I want you to give me a plan by this day, and I'll see if it's feasible and something that we could do. Well, if there's something to worry about, it's my script. And there is no problem with the plan itself. But I just was not confident about the script. Well, I think it's good, says Orihime. Well, thanks, but who we have to worry about is the director. So it's not just me, Orihime is not a fan of Morita-san either. He wasn't a bad person, he just seemed excessively strict. Okay, let's do it then. So it's after hours of the planetarium. So I wonder what his answer is. He had made an appointment, or we had made an appointment with Morita-san to show him our plans. Morita-san begins sending our proposal without changing his expression. But that changes quickly. So I wonder how he feels about this. We thought it would be a good break from, let's see, studying. So I appreciate how you took a glance about who the audience might be, or your target audience. So he praises us with short words, and it isn't a bad feeling. So basically, you did your homework. So it seems like we are doing well. And the data gathered by Corona and Noriko supports our proposal. We also attached a current list of people who wanted to attend. So if the place is empty when the event actually happens, there would be no point. Okay, so what do you say? So looks good so far. Okay, so I agree. I will let you have your event at this planetarium. We have finally gotten the okay. And I instantly relax with relief.
まだ安心するのは早いですよ。この脚本、このままではいささか稚拙すぎます。
But first, your script needs to be fixed up. Okay, so I'll do that.
実際に機材と連動させる都合もあります。詳細はこちらで打ち合わせをしていきましょう。
So first, you have to make sure that this can be done within the limits of what this projector can do. Okay, I'll make sure to.
他にはありませんか？
そうですね。細かい点については後ほど箇条書きにしてお渡しします。ですが一つだけ。未来ある若者たちに本物の星を見てほしい。そう願うのならば、ここは変えた方がいい。
Morita-san gets out a pen and writes on the proposal.
イベント開始は夕刻にしなさい。そうすれば終わる頃には星空が待っていますから。
はい。
So, leading up to the event, we had a great deal to do. So, okay, he says yes, and now we have to finalize our plan and get everything ready. Morita-san, the director, is a great help after he gave us our plan, the green light. We worked together with the planetarium staff to prepare the show. We wanted to make the best event possible. The staff had deep knowledge and experience, and they helped us out a lot. And even so, this is our event. And as much as possible, we put our own spin on it to make it feel like it's ours. So it's a busy but also enjoyable time. It's over before we knew it. Okay, so the back at Meiko, and it looks like the event is happening tomorrow.
参加希望者のリストはこれでよかったかしら。
So that's not the newest one. So Noriko, can you print out the current one?
はい、すぐ出しますね。アキトくん、衣装の最終確認、今いいかな？
So Orihime, so can you free yourself up?
5分待ってください。
5 more minutes?
吉岡、こちらを手伝って。大至急。わかりました。
So it's the day before the event, and it's chaos. So out of the 6 Stars Club members, Nare and Keisuke are not here, but they would help out tomorrow at the event. So Corona isn't able to go out because she had to study. Sadly.
衣装、どんな感じに仕上がったんですか？
Okay, so how's the costume?
神秘的ですごく素敵な感じですよ。
It's good.
少々露出度が高いと思うのですけど。
But it shows too much skin, says Orihime.
そこはもう散々話し合ったじゃないですか。でもやっぱり恥ずかしいですよ。
But it's still not good. I heard there had been quite a stir with the members of Saya and Girls Astronomy Club. And they could put a beauty like Orihime in cosplay. They had been instantly excited by the prospect. But they had gotten a little too excited, and the costume design ended up being a little risky. And so much that Orihime flat out said that she would not wear it when she first saw it. And after much adjusting, the costume is supposed to have been toned down a little.
やはり肌を見せすぎです。
So I think what happened was that Sai gave a picture about Orihime to the Season girls, and like, wow, she's beautiful. So we gotta accentuate this and that and everything. And the costume reflects all those excitement.
ほろりはしないように作ってもらってますから。
And we did modify it.
そういう問題じゃありませんわ。
But still. So it's something she could fall out of. And I found that very interesting.
空見くん、想像をたくましくするのは自由ですが、いやらしい顔になっていますよ。
So, I can see something interesting coming out from you, Sorami-kun, says Honoka. Huh?
アキト君のエッチ。
The usual response. Well, I can't help it. I have not seen the finished costume yet, but I'm sure he can imagine what it looks like, and I hope it's not what Shizuri's first, or Shizuri's, actually I'm Shuri's costume in Love Coming Divinity stage. So, Shuri was afraid to come out in her new costume, and when she did, it showed too much skin, and while Kagura was excited about it, Shuri isn't. She was almost gonna cry, and then Sara's like, "Hey, where's your sari? Why don't you put that on?" And it made it better, though it does still show a lot of skin, and also made Kagura a little bit upset. Like, boo! I wanted you with that, or without that sari.
見せられるはずないでしょ。こんなハレンチな。
So is it really that bad? And with Orihime acting like this, my anticipation only grew. So I wonder what it looks like that would get Orihime all embarrassed. I didn't think that a simple reading at the planetarium needed such a flashy costume though. Well, it is true, it's just that... So it seems the cosplay lovers as Assassin girls went above and beyond what is needed. So basically that they got carried away with looking at, so this is who's going to be wearing the costume.
参加希望者とは別に当日客も入れるんですよね。そのつもりです。席はまだ空きがありますから。なら白鳥さんの衣装姿をブログにアップしたらどうでしょう。絶対にダメ。
Pass.
すごく似合ってると思いますけど。
But it looks good on you.
似合う似合わないの問題ではありません。
No.
あんな格好インターネットに流出させたらお母様に叱られてしまいます。
So just give up, Noriko. And we couldn't get her in trouble with her parents.
わかりました。残念ですけど仕方ないですよね。
If we put up Orihime's picture, I'm sure we would get quite an attention. But it wouldn't be quite right to bring in people just by using a risky costume. And there are plenty of people already planning to come, and it wouldn't work against what we wanted to achieve. Okay, so it's now evening.
物質利用の延長申請してきました。ありがとう、吉岡。助かるわ。
So they have permission to use this room past the normal hours.
ですが、延長するだけですよ。限度はありますからね。わかっています。場所を変えて空見くんの部屋でというのは許可できませんから。
So what's wrong about it?
わかってるわよ。それについては散々謝ったじゃない。
I think it's too small, or well, I'm sorry about this. So I'm mostly at fault for this. Honoka found out later that I had let Orihime into my room late into the night.
別にいいじゃないの。何もなかったのだから。
So I'm afraid that you're going to do something bad with our former club president. So as a precaution, we have to do everything here.
何かあってからでは遅すぎます。わかったわよ。
But then again, it was Orihime who pushed herself to be able to do that. Inu Orihime seems to realize it was thoughtless. After that, she didn't come to my room alone again.
それともあれかしら。正式にお付き合いしてしまえば問題なくなる？白鳥織姫元会長。
Come on, so we need to focus on the business at hand. Hey, you shouldn't want to date someone just so that you can use a room. So that's a really bad reason.
そうよね。ごめんなさい。
And it makes it look that Orihime is being really selfish. Like, well, I just want to, or I want to be with Akito or Sorami-kun so that I can use this room when I want to. and she realizes she said too much and apologized.
まったく、あなたという人は隙がありすぎるんです。もっと自分というものを正しく認識してください。ただでさえ頻繁に告白されているのですから。
Wait, so really? Well, it's obvious when I thought about it. She's beautiful. The boys must have been all over her. So I'm sure Orihime has gotten so many love proposals or love letters from people, and
たまにラブレターをもらう程度よ。全部お断りしているわ。
but I do reject them. So was there anyone who you wanted to date?
話が合いそうもない相手と交際なんてできないでしょ。星好きでないと話が合いませんから。
So, okay, I understand this. Someone who is not interested in stars didn't have a chance.
恋愛には私も興味がないわけではないのですけれど。それは初耳です。私だって恋に憧れる乙女よ。それに小さい頃からお母様ののろけ話ばかり聞かされていたのだから。
So wouldn't that make you sick of them?
全然。むしろ私もあんな恋がしてみたいとずっと憧れていたわ。
Well, I still find them special in one way or another. So Orihime's parents are said to be deeply in love. Apparently her father's proposal was so dramatic that her mother had just swooned. It's like, oh, that was really touching and warming. I want to go with you.
お母様はね、プラネタリウムで告白されたの。
And it all started at the planetarium.
だから余計に星に思い入れがあるみたい。私もすっかりそれに感化されてしまったわ。もし私が誰かとお付き合いすることになるとしたら、その時はお母様のような恋がしてみたいと思っているの。高望みなのは分かっているのだけれどね。
Orihime gives a bitter smile. She's smiling or setting the bar very high. Well, I'm sure she can, because that'll be enough to filter out all those people who gave her love letters and proposals. All those other Meiko boys. And I'm relieved and nervous at the same time. And I wonder if it's possible for me to be the one for her. Well, I'm sure that's kind of a high bar for even Akito as well. So we stay right to the end of our extended time, and then it's time to leave. Okay, so see you tomorrow.
いよいよ明日ね。
So, it is going to happen tomorrow. So how do you feel?
楽しみよ。でも同時に不安でたまらないわ。
And I wonder if it's because of the costume. Well, I feel the same. So we're feeling the same excitement as the day before a school culture festival. So it is kind of nervous, but at the same time it's going to be exciting. And
興奮して今夜は寝つけないかもしれませんね。その時は連絡して付き合うわ。何を言ってるんですか。ダメですよ、そんなの。吉岡は付き合ってくれないの？当たり前です。余計に眠れなくなるじゃないですか。じゃあ、
Orihime turns her pouting gaze towards me. So if I can't stay up with Honoka or Yoshioka, maybe I can stay up late with Sorami-kun. Well, I want to say no, but okay, I'll stay with you for a while. I understand how you feel.
ソラミ君、うちの会長を甘やかさないでください。元会長でしょ。
She says this, raising a finger to Honoka. So Orihime snaps her finger on Honoka's forehead. Wait, so what's happening?
いつまで経っても会長って呼ぶものだからペナルティを与えることにしたのよ。
Okay, so every time she calls me Kaicho or current president,
会長っていうたびにデコピン一発なんです。
Orihime plucks a finger on her forehead.
てい、あいた、今のはなしです。
And Honoka accidentally let out, Kaicho or current president.
例外は認めません。元会長の意地悪。でも緊張は適度にほぐれたようね。
So after that ridiculous exchange, she seems to have relaxed.
明日はイベント当日よ。ゆっくり休んで本番に備えてちょうだい。わかりました。
I rode my bicycle down the night streets, and from Mako Academy to Mikazuki Station. And following the ridge, the road becomes steeper and steeper. Okay, so he needs more power to go up this curve. I stood on the pedals, and my breath got ragged. It was offset by the stinking cold air. So I'm no longer nervous, but I just got more excited. So whenever I think about it, I'm sure I will sleep blissfully. And all that comes to mind is Orihime. So this is what you call love. And this is the first time I experienced this. An excitement different from the night I ran from my grandfather's house with my telescope ran through my body. And he does admit that, I love Orihime! And I screamed it to no one. Well, I think that's best currently, so not let anybody hear Akito's big confession. But the emotion is so much that I could not keep it up. And tomorrow is the main event. So will Orihime have a sleepless night too? Okay, so I think we are now at the day when the actual event will happen. So Harbor Town is filled with people buying dinner. Another group of people started to gather in the crowd. That is the potential future astronomy club students that had come for the event. And it looks like Karuna has time to attend. Yeah. And I wonder if Takeichi will participate as well. So you have to come with Take, huh? So that was the only way the mother would accept Karuna coming to this event. So I had to accompany her. But sorry, but the mother. So the brother and sister bickers like always. So Karuna being upset with Takeichi and... But it's not a hateful bickering. Oh, that's right, so Karuna. Oh, so congratulations on getting into Mako Academy. The results for Mako Academy has been published. And Karuna passes. And next year, she'll wear the same uniform as Orihime and Honoka. So I think how they announce the results is that usually every test has an ID, and you would keep the ID with you as you leave the exam room, and then they would post the IDs of everyone who passed, and you have to take your ID, go up to the board and see if your ID is on the bulletin board or on the big boards that they open up. And if it's on there, that means you passed and you are officially admitted. And I think Karuna found her ID number on the board.
でもおめでとうって言ってもらうのもう8回目だよ。
って回数覚えてんのかよ。
当たり前じゃん。だって嬉しいことなんだもん。
So, free from her tests, Karuna is full of energy. She had been on edge before the test, but now that she passed, she's more energetic than ever. So, my efforts paid off. Now I can relax, celebrate, and anticipate a new school year going with Honoka. So Orihime would have graduated by then.
あんまり邪魔しちゃ悪いよね。イベントすごく楽しみにしてるから。
But we can't be late for this event.
俺はこいつのおもりをするけど、何かあったら言えよ。手伝うから。
Thanks, Take. I'll ask if I need something. And we high-fived and parted ways.
それじゃあ、気にまた。
So the Kusakabe siblings went into the planetarium. I could see Saya and Keisuke greeting people as they entered.
おーい、空見くん。
And Nare's here. Oh, so it's almost time?
そうだよ。こっちに来てくれ。
Okay, so come on in. Got it. And I went to the planetarium with Nare.
イベントは盛況のようですね。喜ばしいことです。
So looks like there are many attendees, so it should be good. Morita-san calls out to us once we entered the dome. The seats are already halfway full. They look like they would fill up soon. So Morita-san, so thank you for today.
こちらこそよろしくお願いします。協力していいイベントにしましょう。
And I shook hands with Morita-san. So I always thought he is scary, but tonight we are partners. He had been even stricter once he had given us the okay, but we had the same goal and we worked together.
これだけの若い方々が集まるとは思いませんでした。
And according to Morita-san, usually young children and older people attend special openings. And the concept of gathering only school students is exciting, and it had the potential to increase the students' interest in astronomy. We do have some promising younger students. They did some good work too.
素晴らしいことです。
That's great.
しかし、問題はこれからです。イベントの結果次第では失望されかねません。
Okay, so you gotta make this event a successful event. And do you think that will happen?
どうでしょう。ただ個人的には成功してほしいと願っていますよ。
And with those words of encouragement, Morita-san leaves. And I thought Nare would jump into the conversation, but she's speaking heatedly with a staff member by the control console. Okay, so I think she wants to operate it. And they're like, no, let us do it. And then they're trying to work out. Well, so she must have really been interested in it, and she's asking questions unrelated to the event. Okay, so she's like, so what does this do? What does that do? How do you make this appear? And I'm sure it's irritating the staff member so much that he's hoping that it'll come to an end now.
空見くん、そちらの様子はいかがですか?
Nare and I will do fine together.
よろしくお願いしますね。
Nare and I are in charge of the projector, while Orihime and Honoka are keeping the event moving. And the rest of the members are in charge of the guests and other tasks during the night. And the event had ended up including all of the Six Stars Club members, but that's okay. So Saya and Keisuke and Noriko and... After seeing Orihime's intentions for the event, everyone had agreed to help in the end. And it would benefit everyone, and with the love of the stars, everyone is glad to participate. So, is Orihime ready?
着替え終わって今は控室で待機中です。
So if I went and checked on her, I'm sure Honoka and the others don't want Akito to see Orihime right now.
勘弁してください。ただでさえ恥ずかしいと言っているんですから。
So she's already embarrassed, so don't make it worse for her. And in the end, I had never seen her outfit. Well, I'm sure he'll see it when the actual event happens. So all the female members had seen it, and they all seemed to like it, despite Orihime complaining about it showing too much skin. So only Keisuke and I are left behind.
聖戦女子の方にメイクもしていただきました。ですからすごいですよ。期待してくださいね。
Honoka stokes my anticipation, and I could not wait for the event to start. Okay, so the empty seats are slowly filling up. People's voices are raised in a buzz. And were they blowing off steam for studying or overly excited by getting into their school choice like Corona? Might be both. So if you remember, the private schools, they do their exams first and then they announce their results first. And I think the ones who failed, they end up going to the public school exam sessions and they try to see if they can get into those schools. Well, either way, the dome is filled with younger students from our schools.
空見くん、
Nare beckons me over to her. Okay, so it's almost time.
皆さん、本日はご来場いただき誠にありがとうございます。
And with Honoka's greeting, the time to begin has come.
こちらのプラネタリウムのご好意によりイベント開催の運びとなりました。私たちは星の中市六校の天文部のグループむつら星の会と言います。ご存知の方もいるかもしれません。初めて知ったという方もいると思います。受験勉強でお疲れの皆様の気分転換になればと思い、今回もし星に興味をお持ちになりましたら、来年の春天文部のドアを叩いてください。
Hold on, let me see what...
受験勉強でお疲れの皆様の気分転換になればと思い、今回イベントを企画しました。
Okay.
我々は新しい仲間を歓迎します。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。
Honoka bows, and there's a soft applause in response. Soft enough not to disrupt the quiet atmosphere.
お待たせしました。それではいよいよイベントが始まります。むつら星の会前会長である白鳥織姫による朗読劇冬のオリオンと恋物語です。
And when Honoka announces the title, the lights in the dome dim. The planetarium is quiet, just like a movie theater before the show starts. And from the side stage, or rather the entrance door, a single girl walks slowly inside. And she's lit thinly by a spotlight. And here's what Orihime looks like in her costume.
本日は星座と神話の世界に皆さんをご案内したいと思います。
And now that I finally see Orihime's outfit, it certainly is striking. So the Season Girls did go all out on it. So the decoration, her dress, made of twin layers of transparent cloth, is so beautiful it made all those who saw it catch their breath. It's like, wow! So we have a real beauty in the planetarium now. So it is a simple costume, but the eyes drawn by the accessories that adorned it. Well, that's quite a costume. But Orihime fit right in it, surrounded by those stars. And as she stood there, she looked benevolent. It's almost like a divine spirit is radiating from her.
現在、時間は17時を少し回ったところです。星の中市は間もなく日没を迎えます。まずは今の空をここに再現してみましょう。
And with the assistance of the projector, the sunset is reproduced. An orange light, slightly thinner than the real thing, spreads through the dome.
実際にはもっと夜に近い色の空だと思います。では、もう少し時間を進めてみましょう。
And at my signal, the staff member operates the console. The sky moves and changes quickly to the winter stars.
こちらが夜8時の星の中市の空です。ご覧ください。冬の夜空でもひときわ目立つのがオリオン座です。皆さんもご存知かと思いますが、念のため。
Well, let's see if I skip something.
こちらが夜8時の星の中市の空です。ご覧ください。この雄大な星々の連なりを。
Okay. So Nari is in charge of the pointer. She points out the Orion constellation on the screen.
これがオリオン座です。皆さんも理科の授業で勉強して知っていると思います。昔の人は星の並びを見て、それを絵に例えました。皆さんはここに狩人の姿が見えますか？ちょっと難しいですよね。昔の人にはこんな風にオリオンが見えていたようです。
I made a signal to the staff member, and the projector works on an outline of Orion appears over the stars.
どうでしょう？オリオンの勇壮な姿はかっこいいですか？それ、神話の中でもオリオンは様々な形で描かれています。強いオリオン、野蛮なオリオン、そして濃い大きいオリオン。
Okay, let's see. I went a little fast again.
どうでしょう？オリオンの勇壮な姿はかっこいいですか？それとも怖い？
Okay.
そんなオリオンにまつわる星座神話を皆さんにご紹介したいと思います。まずは月の女神アルテミスとオリオンの恋物語です。
And that's the end of the introduction. And now the curtain would open on Orihime's reading.
オリオンは海の神ポセイドンを父に、ミノス王の娘エウリュアレイを母に生まれた英雄です。人並み外れた体格と類まれなる美しさを持ち、優れた狩人としてその名を轟かせていました。そんなオリオンの有名を聞いた月の女神アルテミス、彼に興味を持ち声をかけます。オリオン様、私と一緒に狩りをいたしましょう。ぜひお供させてください。どちらがより獲物を取れるか競うとしましょう。狩りが得意なアルテミスは自慢の弓を使い、たくさんの獲物を狩っていきます。どうですか、オリオン様。私の弓にはとてもかなわないでしょう。さすがアルテミス様。ですが俺も負けません。手数はアルテミスが圧倒的に上。とても獲物の数ではかないません。オリオンの奮闘むなしく、その差は開いていくばかり。どうですか？これで私の勝ちのはずですわ。アルテミスの前には獲物が渦高く積み上げられています。そんな彼女の前に オリオンは自分の獲物を置きました。なんと
獲物の数ならあなたには遠く及びません。だが大きさなら俺の勝ちです。
Alright, let's see. I went a little fast again.
そんな彼女の前にオリオンは自分の獲物を置きました。なんと大きなクマだったのです。
Okay.
アルテミスの獲物はウサギや鹿ばかり。とてもオリオンの取ったクマには及びません。なんて見事なクマでしょう。
数はあなたの勝ち、大きさは俺の勝ちです。この勝負引き分けですな。
あなたのおっしゃる通りですわ、オリオン様。今日のところは引き分けにしましょう。ですが次こそはあなた以上の大物を仕留めてみせますわ。こうしてアルテミスはオリオンとの勝負を続けることになります。しかし何度やっても引き分けばかり。獲物の数ではアルテミスの圧勝なのに、オリオンより大きな獲物を狩ることができません。どうしてあのお方にだけは勝てないの？アルテミスはオリオンの勇猛さを見せつけられ、次第に惹かれていきます。オリオン様。アルテミスはオリオンへの恋心を募らせていくばかり。告白もできないまま二人の狩りは続きます。あの方と狩りをしている時間が一番幸せ。オリオンも美しく凛々しいアルテミスに次第に思いを寄せるようになります。
あれほど美しい人なのに、弓の腕前は俺をはるかにしのぐとは。
狩りの時間が二人の仰せ。思いを切り出せぬまま月日は流れていきます。やりましたわ。ご覧ください。こんなに大きなイノシシを仕留めました。
なんとすごい。さすがアルテミス様、俺の負けです。
ついにアルテミスがオリオンに勝ってしまいます。長かった引き分けは終わりを迎えてしまうのです。でも勝ったアルテミスはちっとも嬉しくありません。どうしてか寂しさばかりが募っていきます。
どうしたのですか？勝負はあなたの勝ちです。嬉しくはないのですか？
オリオン様に勝ったことは嬉しく思いますわ。でもこれで私たちの勝負が終わってしまうかと思うと。
俺も同じです。これであなたとの狩りを終わりにしたくない。
オリオン様。思わずオリオンに抱きつくアルテミス。そのまま熱い口づけを交わします。ああ、オリオン様。あなたのことが好き。
俺もです、アルテミス様。いえ、アルテミス、俺もあなたが好きだ。
こうして二人は互いに思いを伝え合い、恋人同士になったのです。
And the story of Orion and Artemis's love. Orihime's serious performance stoked the crowd's emotions, so tears and happiness. And heard the faint of squeals of girls. The reading's first act had gone perfectly.
今の話、空見くんの創作なんだよね。
So seems like you wrote this. I wrote the base of it, but I got help from a lot of people.
でも、ベースはそうなんだ。
But you still was like the foundation of the story, or like you wrote the core of the story. She kept on teasing gaze on me. Hey, stop that. You're making me embarrassed. And I knew it is embarrassing. But weren't all love stories that way?
悪い悪い。いや、なかなかよくできてるなって褒めてあげたかったんだよ。
So Nare is smiling, and she didn't look like she is teasing.
あんたのことずっと疑問に思ってたんだ。聖戦のあの子とかツインテの子とか可愛い子揃いなのにちっとも興味なさそうだったから。
So you don't seem to be interested in the girl from Seisen, that's Saya, or the girl with the twin tails, that's Hikari.
こやつもしかしてゲイってね。あの竹市ってことくっついてるのかと思ってたよ。
Give me a break. So come on, I'm not anywhere near that level of affection to Takeichi or Take.
悪い悪い。でもさ、さすがに勘違いだと気づいたよ。だってあんた恋してるんだろ。わかるよ、それくらい。私だって女なんだしさ。
Well, don't be shy. I'm a lady. I know what's going on in your mind. Nara didn't say who she thought I loved, but I'm sure it's obvious. And thinking that, my face turns red.
悪いね、水を差しちゃって。ほら、姫さんの演技続いてるよ。しっかり聞いてやんなきゃ。
Nara stops me from talking and returns her attention to Orihime's reading. Orihime told stories from Artemis's love to Apollo's deceit up to Orion's violent death. Orihime reads with emotion. The myths she performs charms the audience. And the way she looks, just like a goddess from a Greek myth. And the light illuminating her is out, but the dim light from the projector lit her softly. And mysterious, noble, and fragile, her luxurious beauty couldn't be expressed in a single word. And I bet this is how Orion saw Artemis, my moon goddess. Her form, shining in the sky, is unreachable. But she had come down to earth where Orion is.
ああ、オリオン様。愛しい愛しいオリオン様。私は何ということをしてしまったのでしょう。あなたに恋をしたばかりにこんなに弱い女になってしまいました。自らの矢でオリオンを射殺してしまった事実がアルテミスを苛みます。あなたともう一度狩りがしたい。共に脳をかけたあの日々はもう戻らないのでしょうか。悲嘆に暮れるアルテミス、それを哀れに思ったのは彼女の父ゼウスでした。
我が娘アルテミスよ、これ以上嘆き悲しむのはやめなさい。
お父様、どうか私の恋人オリオンを生き返らせてください。
それはならぬ。世の断りを変えることは我でも許されぬこと。
ですが、オリオン様を失った今、私はこれ以上生きていけません。ゼウスは娘の悲しみがこれほどとは思いませんでした。でもオリオンをよみがえらせることはできません。
聞きなさい、我が娘アルテミスよ。オリオンを生き返らせることはできぬ。
ゼウスは自らの力を使い、オリオンの亡骸を夜空に飛ばしました。
月の女神であるお前ならオリオンのもとへ行くこともできよう。
ありがとうございます、お父様。アルテミスは銀の馬車に乗り、夜空に浮かぶオリオンに会いに行きます。オリオン様、あの懐かしい日々を思い出すように、オリオンとアルテミスは狩りをするのです。夜空に月と星が巡り続ける限り、いつまでも。
And Orion is displayed again. The savage Orion who chased the Pleiades sisters looks kind and courageous. And it's hard to say that Artemis and Orion's story had a happy ending. But thinking that the love beautiful, I had ended it like this. and I couldn't leave the examinees feeling sad. And their love has lasted forever. When my feelings reached the moon goddess, so in the end, our planetarium event has been a huge success. So I'm at about an hour for this episode, and I'm going to go ahead and stop here, and we'll see the reactions to Orihime's presentation of the love between Orion and Artemis in the next episode. So, despite Orihime reading this out with all the emotions, the catch is that it was Akito who did most of the writing for this script, despite him saying that, well, I got some help from other people. And I'm sure for some people like Narie, they can sense that, I'm sure Akito does have some feelings for Orihime, and that's why the script is written like this. And I kind of wonder if other people besides Narie and Saya can sense this, especially for Orihime herself. But anyways, with that in mind, I'll see you in the next episode.